It was a Tuesday morning. I was driving to work. Coffee in hand, podcast playing, orange tabby cat Penny in passenger seat judging my music choices. Then I heard it. A sound no car should ever make. Like a dying robot having an argument with a lawnmower. I pulled over. Popped the hood. Smoke everywhere. I don't know much about cars, but I know smoke is bad. Penny agreed. Called a tow truck. Got it to the mechanic. The guy looked under the hood for exactly 4 minutes before delivering the news. Transmission issue, $487. I checked my checking account. $312. My savings account? $0. Because I didn't have a savings account. The mechanic was waiting. I needed the car. I had to get to work. So I made the decision that 63% of Americans make in this situation. I put it on the credit card. Problem solved, right? Car fixed, back on the road, Penny in the passenger seat, everything back to normal. I'd just pay it off next month when I had the money. Next month came. Rent was due. Groceries, gas, utilities, phone bill, that streaming service I forgot to cancel. By the time I paid everything, I had $83 left. The credit card minimum payment was $50, so I paid the minimum, $50, which felt responsible. I was paying my debt, making progress, being an adult. Except I wasn't. Here's what I didn't understand. My credit card had a 24% annual interest rate. That's 2% per month. On a $487 balance, that's about $9.74 in interest every single month. So when I paid $50, only $40.26 actually went to the debt. The rest just disappeared into interest. Penny looked at my credit card statement, then looked at me. The look said everything. That night, Penny jumped on my desk. She sat down in front of my laptop. On the screen was my budget, or what should have been a budget. Just a list of expenses with no plan, no safety net, no emergency fund. I started researching. Turns out 63% of Americans can't cover a $500 emergency without borrowing money or using a credit card. I wasn't alone. But I also didn't want to be in that group anymore. I needed a plan. The formula was simple. Start with $1,000. That covers most common emergencies: car repairs, medical copays, broken appliances. Get to $1,000 first, then build from there. $1,000 sounds impossible when you're living paycheck to paycheck, but break it down. $25 per week. Skip 2 restaurant meals. Cancel 1 subscription. Make coffee at home 3 times. $25 suddenly seemed possible. Week 1. I transferred $25 to a new savings account. It felt small, insignificant. Week 7. A new video game came out, $70. Penny sat on my wallet. The answer was no. Month 3. $300 saved. Then I found an extra $20 in my coat pocket. Straight into the fund, found a way to meal prep and save $15 a week. Into the fund. Month 5. I checked the account. $1,025. I'd done it. 2 weeks later, my laptop died. The repair quote was $350. My heart sank. Then I remembered. I opened my savings account. The money was there. I paid cash. No credit card, no interest. No 13 months of minimum payments. 6 months later, the account had $1,800. Not just emergency money anymore. The $487 car repair taught me the most expensive lesson of my life. But it only cost me $650. For millions of Americans, that lesson costs thousands, tens of thousands. 63% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Not because they're irresponsible, not because they're stupid, but because nobody teaches this. Nobody explains that $25 per week builds $1,300 per year, that small amounts compound. Penny doesn't worry about emergencies. She has 9 lives. We only get 1. And in that one life, having $1,000 between you and disaster changes everything. If you're watching this and you have $0 saved for emergencies, start today. Not tomorrow, not next month, today.
$25 or $15 or $10, something. Because the next emergency isn't asking permission. The alternative is what I did. $487 becomes $650. $650 becomes $2,000 with the next emergency. Debt stacks on debt. Interest compounds against you instead of for you. Sometimes the most expensive mistakes are the most valuable teachers, especially when you have a judgmental cat making sure you actually learn. Thanks, Penny. If this story helped you, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and start your emergency fund today. Your future self will thank you.